Hey guys, I have seen a lot of comments asking me to provide a guide on how to build any tank heroes. In this video, I will try my best to tell you exactly how to do that. This tutorial is going to be for main tanks only, not hybrid tanks like Uranus and Ruby. So in the build menu, it gives you 3 slots for the builds, so you have to take advantage of that. The way you build the heroes always depends on the enemy's composition. There are only 3 things you have to think about when you're playing a tank. Does the enemy has more magic damage, physical damage, or they have both? So you can see that I always prepare my build this way. Against magic, physical, or default, which means they have both of them. So the first item we want to focus on is the boots. There are only 2 boots usually consider, the physical or magic resistant one. If the enemy has both kind of damage, then I would recommend the one that provides you physical defense, because even magic based heroes deal physical damage with their basic attacks, with the exception of very few. The second item I would recommend is Dominance Ice for most cases, or Antique Cuirass if the enemy has more magic damage instead. I like Dominance Ice a lot because it provides a lot of great stats: 70 physical defense, 5% movement speed, 10% cooldown reduction, and it also reduces 10% of the movement speed of the enemies and 30% of the attack speed. And if you haven't noticed yet, Tank's ultimate usually have a huge AoE effect and is one of the best skills to engage on the enemies first, but most of their ults usually have extremely long cooldown, so getting a lot of cooldown reduction item is always a great idea. Antique Cuirass is probably the item that you should always build for any tank. This item not only provides a good amount of physical defense and health regeneration, but can reduce both physical and magic power from the attackers, allowing not only you, but your teammates to survive longer. Courage Mask is absolutely incredible for any tank heroes. The Bravery passive is extremely helpful for you and your team. Even without activating it, the passive will increase 10% of physical and magic attack, 10% of physical and magic defense, and 50% of HP and mana regeneration for nearby allies. Even when I play Franco, I rather build this one than the one that provides you invisibility. Immortality also is a very important item, especially for the late game, so I usually put it in the 5th slot. In the late game, there will be more team fights, so everyone will be more grouped up. So when you come back to life, there's a higher chance of surviving than in the early game, because in the early game, if you die once, you'll probably be left alone and just die again. The last item is the one that you will have to adjust very often, depending on the situation, but it usually comes down to 3 items. Guardian Helmet, insanely health regeneration, so you don't have to go back to base that often, and can always provide vision for your team. Twilight Armor, if the enemy main damage dealer has a lot of burst damage and critical attack items. Athena's Shield, if the enemy main damage dealer is a mage. You almost never want to build Blade Armor and Cursed Helmet. I will make another video explaining in full detail the reason I'm saying this, but basically if you do the math, you'll understand why. Okay, now that you know how to build any tank, let me show you firsthand some tank gameplay, and of course I will be using my favorite tank, Franco. Always try to maximize the amount of kills you can get. If you know that a certain hero is going to die for sure, just go for the others. Lancelot is about to respawn, and taking into consideration the time, he will definitely go take his blue buff once he respawns. Try your best to always think about what your adversary is going to do next. If you see that the target is doing a lot of sidestep and you are close enough, then instead of hooking right away, Just approach the target and ult.
Get over here!
That was a nice try, Minotaur, but in the end...
I am inevitable.
By the way, Franco's ultimate can cancel Claw's ultimate right away.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. An ally has slain the turtle.
Always try your best to kill their main damage dealer first. You can see Angel is right next to me, but my eyes are solely focused on the Lancelot.
I've got you in my sights.
You have slain an enemy. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Request backup. Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Launch attack. Enemy has been slain.
Let me teach you some rules.
Request backup. Killing spree.
A real fighter never runs. Yeah. Time to teach you guys a lesson.
Launch attack.
One shot, one kill.
Everybody's trying so hard to dodge my hooks. Sad face.
Launch attack.
Yeah.
Mega kill. Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
Real fighter never runs.
An enemy has been slain. Team destroyed a turret.
Guys a lesson.
Initiate retreat. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. Initiate retreat. Ally has been slain.
Let me teach you some rules, cubs.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
Get over here! We're ahead and go.
Real fighter never runs.
Enemy has been slain.
Time to teach you guys a lesson.
Ally has been
I don't think this is a good time to do the lore right now, since two of our teammates are dead and all the enemies are up.
Shot, one kill.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
Let me teach you some rules, cubs.
Enemy killing spree.
One shot, one kill.
お前はもう死んでいる。
No! God, please, no!
A few moments later.
An enemy has been slain.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks.